Howdy folks, JR coming at you with part 4 in my Oklahoma Joe's Longhorn horizontal barrel smoker video series. Excellent, we're going to power through this, guys. So, this episode is spreading the smoke or heat, or spreading the heat or smoke. Either one applies here. Because basically, where you have smoke, you have fire. Where you have fire, you have heat. You put all this together, so where you have smoke, you have heat. Follow the smoke, and you're going to have heat. So there's 3 modifications that I've done here in this installment. Number 1, from the firebox into the smoking chamber. If you look at this arrangement, you look at where the top of that hole was originally from the factory versus here. If you had a fire in here, that's the heat would come straight out of there and go right to there, and go straight across the top of the smoking barrel right out this exit. So what am I trying to do here? I'm trying to keep the heat low, the smoke low, spread it out so that it comes up nice and even, and then also make sure that it doesn't want to escape right away out the top of the smoking barrel, out the smokestack, by bringing it down. So let's go over that. I'm going to bring I brought down the exit for the smoke pipe to the grate, height of the grate. This is just, I think it's a 3-inch aluminum dryer duct. Used to be bright and shiny. After a few fires, yeah, looks kind of cool. You know, it's got a little bit of glisten in there, but it's starting to turn black, and eventually it'll be completely black. I shoved it inside that pipe nice and tight. I did not have to use any RTV on that side of it because it fits so snug. Now on this side, this was where, you know, you gotta get crafty. You can buy some pre-made stuff, deflector plates, diffusion plates, sometimes what they call them, online, or know somebody that makes these things. For me, I was lucky enough to have some scrap stuff, and that's where I got it from, right there. It even had the nice kind of bend that I wanted to have to it. I don't know if you can see that, but see how it bends and has that 45. Oh man, it's beautiful. So where'd I get this? This came from an old Sea Ray boat. The last time this thing had gas in it was over 20 years ago. I don't want to hear nothing about leaded gas and fumes and all that stuff. You don't have to eat my barbecue if you don't want to. Anyway, so I cut that out, put it in here, bolted it up. You can see how I restricted the opening to this size. Look online, y'all. You can find calculators that tell you how much area this should be for the volume of smoker or firebox versus the volume of the smoker barrel that you have. So I use that as a guide. I think I'm pretty happy with it. I may tweak it a little bit in the near future, but so far I'm happy with it. The next thing I did was went out and I got, this is 6-inch wide plate stock. It's 3/16 inches thick, and these are about 18 inches long. It's a 20-inch barrel, you know, give or take. So these fit in and they rest, you know, a pretty good distance below the grate. That may have been too fast, sorry about that. So they fit a pretty good distance below the grate, and what I do is stagger these things. I've got 5 of these plates, so I have a little bitty gap here, nice and tight over here next to the firebox. Little bit bigger gap, a little bit bigger gap, a little bit bigger gap, a little bit bigger gap. What that does is it helps push the smoke out all the way underneath here and rise up. This is just a cheap water tray. I put that right there. Really helps control the heat. Puts a lot of moisture in the box. I'm very happy with it. And what's that? When you're happy, don't mess with it anymore. And I'm happy. Thanks for listening. Got one more part, y'all. Tune back in.